For the first time in my adult life, I'm not starting the year by doing more. I'm starting by listening more. Listening to my body, my energy, my needs. Because I've learned that when women don't listen early, the body eventually finds a louder way to speak. Before 2025, movement used to be something I forced. But last year, I learned that moving your body is not just about losing weight or getting fit. Movement is literally medicine. Moving your body is important for keeping your hormones balanced and keeping your heart healthy, obviously. But lack of movement is the easiest way to damage your reproductive health. So continuing into 2026, movement is non-negotiable for me. Hey guys, so I just got back from my weekly run. Actually, it's my first proper run in over a month because I did travel for the funeral and I was like out of routine totally. And you guys would have seen that by now. But to me, movement is non-negotiable because it's one of the few moments in my week or in my day where I actually listen. And this brings me to something that I actually wanted to share with you guys. One of the biggest mistakes I see women make, and I say this with so much compassion, is that we wait for our bodies to break before we finally pay attention. And it's not like we ignore our bodies because we don't care or we do it on purpose. We ignore them because we're capable. We're still functioning despite the fatigue. We're still showing up. So because of that, we end up normalizing things that were never meant to be normal. Constant fatigue, painful periods or heavy periods or irregular periods, brain fog, mood changes, a body that just feels off. And clinically, I see women every day who tell me, I thought this was normal, or I didn't think it was that serious. But the body almost never jumps straight into disease or dysfunction. It whispers first. And when those whispers are ignored for long enough, then the body eventually finds a louder way to speak. And that's when you crash. There are things that women have been taught to tolerate or push through or to downplay that are not normal, even though they're common. Periods that are so painful that you can't function or that they disrupt your work, your mood, and your life. Bleeding that's extremely heavy, unpredictable, or lasts far longer than it should. Periods that disappear for months or come too quickly. Persistent bloating, gut discomfort, or pelvic pain that's brushed off as just stress or that's just how I've been lately. Frequent infections, unusual discharge, itching or discomfort that just keeps coming back down there. Mood changes that feel overwhelming and different from occasional bad days. Something that just feels out of character for you, so to say. Pain and extreme dryness during sex. These are not things you're supposed to simply live with. Common does not mean normal. And being strong, high functioning, or resilient doesn't mean that your body is not struggling. Most of the women that I see daily in the clinic don't come to me because they're being dramatic. They come to me because they waited too long. And I know that it doesn't help that some healthcare professionals might downplay your symptoms or make you seem like you're dramatic or not take you seriously. But I wanted to encourage you to still stand up for yourself or find a doctor who pays attention and cares enough to actually investigate your concerns. So the reason I'm saying this is because as we start the new year, I want to encourage you guys to take your body signals seriously. And that might look like just getting basic tests done. It might look like seeing a doctor earlier instead of later and ignoring symptoms. Or it might simply mean stopping the habit of brushing things off. Let 2026 be the year that you finally realize that you don't need to be at your worst to deserve care. Your body doesn't need you to be perfect this year. It just needs you to listen and respond a little earlier. And that's how you protect your health long before things fall apart. That's my 2 cents that I wanted to share with you guys after my run. And now that I've shared what was on my mind, let's get back into the vlog. Care doesn't always start in clinic. Sometimes it starts with routine, with maintenance, with not neglecting yourself until everything feels overwhelming. So I'm taking care of a few things today. This is my home for the next 24 hours and a bit. It's really nice. So, I'm in the mountains. After the hectic end I had to 2025, I did not want to rush into the new year. I wanted 2026 to start grounded with quiet reflection and good energy. So I intentionally gave myself space before the new year began. They have a little local gym outside, which maybe I might choose. We'll see.
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
When everything finally goes quiet, that's when the thoughts that you've been avoiding start to surface. Not the loud ones, but the honest ones. And I have learned that if I don't create space for this on purpose, life will eventually force it. But I don't come into moments like this without some kind of structure, because reflection is powerful, yes, but it's very easy to avoid the hard question. So I use a reset toolkit that I created myself just to guide the process. I think a mistake that many people make is rushing into trying to make big goals or trying to figure their life entirely quickly at the beginning of the year without proper structures in place. But you can't just jump straight into planning, discipline, and doing more without ever stopping to reflect on what actually is working in your life and what isn't. I created my Reset Toolkit to help you guys pause, assess honestly, and reset with intention to assess if your core values actually align with the life that you're living. My Reset Toolkit guides you through the questions that most people avoid so you can stop reacting to life and actually start building systems that actually support the person that you're becoming. So if you're serious about getting your life together this year, then this Reset Toolkit is a good place to start. The link to get yours is in the description box as well as on screen right now and at the end of the video. 2025 taught me a lot. It stretched me, it humbled me. It asked more of me than I expected. I showed up on days I felt strong, and even on days I felt exhausted. And somewhere in the middle of all of that doing, I realized something important, that I don't want to keep living in recovery mode. So in 2026, I'm choosing intention over urgency, structure over chaos, and listening over pushing. That is the energy that I want to carry forward in 2026 in my life, my work, my habits, and even on this channel. So if you're ready to reset and build a life that actually supports you, start with the Reset Toolkit that I shared. And if you want to walk this year intentionally with me, then do subscribe to my channel and follow my social media pages because I have lots lined up for us this year. Remember, 2026 is not about becoming someone new. It's about finally showing up for the life you've been dreaming of building all these years.